Mr. Big Sean.
What an intro.
What's up, President?
What's up, baby?
How you doing, man?
I'm good, baby. How you doing?
I'm good. Y'all can hear me good?
Yeah.
What up,
Let's
though?
have a seat.
That was a long intro. That was pretty.
I know, bro.
Yeah,
I shortened it a little bit,
Yeah,
but
you did.
it's all right.
Yeah,
Man.
how y'all feeling to be here, man? I'm excited to be here today. You know, it's such a unique, you know, Pencil Lewis School is like so tight because it's the only design historically HBCU, you know what I'm saying? So it's an honor to just be up in here and see, like, they sat me in the lounge that,
Okay, that Angel and Rodney design.
yeah, that they designed. I know they got hired by Pepsi and everything. That's incredible. And, you know, I also linked with Bayana. Is that how you say it?
Bayana, yeah.
Bayana, right?
Yeah.
Who won a contest with Pepsi today. And, I mean, I'm just impressed because she's actually from Philly. And I know some of the students are actually from Detroit as well. And, you know, Detroit and Philly and certain places like that, we're like the originators when it comes to style, when it comes to music, when it comes to people taking our styles and running with it. You know what I'm saying? Yep. It's like, it's a certain few places that are the archetype and the architects of the world, and Detroit is one of those places. Yep. So it's super fitting that this college is here right in the city, you know, and it's super fitting that there's so many great people that just come out of here and like for fire minds. So I'm happy to just be here talking with y'all and yeah, have a good conversation.
Man, I appreciate you being here with us, and Angel and Rodney from the D too. So.
Oh yeah, y'all from yeah.
They ain't
okay.
taking that part. Okay.
Where y'all from? East side, west side, what? West side.
Yeah.
Okay, same.
Okay.
Yeah, we got love for the east side too, though.
That's right.
Yeah.
So I'm from LA, man. I'm used to Bloods and Crips, so left and rights.
Right.
Totally understand it.
Yeah, you
totally
get
understand
it. You get it. What part of LA?
Inglewood.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
It's a real place.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it's a real place.
Yes, it is. So this is home for you, bruh. And share a little bit of some of the things you're up to here in your hometown with some of the things you're doing with the foundation and trying to build community and make it a better place.
I mean, I'm just doing my part. I'm a product of the city. You know, I went to Cass Tech. But I was battle rapping at Renaissance and King and, you know, all of these other places. And, you know, my old girlfriend lived on the east side, too, so I would be on the east side over there, you know.
That was allowed for you to go to the east side?
Yeah, of course. It wasn't like, it's not like L.A. It's not like L.A.
Okay, all right.
But as a product of, you know, I was always, like, battle rapping. I used to do this radio show, like, 3 blocks away called the Friday Night Cypher, and it was, like, an opportunity to be heard every Friday. So they would give you a chance to, like, rap on the radio, rap over instrumentals. And I treated it like it was a job since I was 11 years old, so I was doing everything I could. And by the way, I hated battle rapping. That was like my least favorite thing to do because I don't have like that like Meek Mill-ass, Beanie Siegel-ass voice, you know what I mean? Like I got like a thinner voice, so I had to make up with it by like punchlines and metaphors, but I don't got like that, you know, that really works with battle rapping, but it was one of the only ways that I could get on the radio show here is to battle rap, and then whoever wins gets to rap on air over the radio. So I did that as soon as I turned like 16, like my sophomore year of high school, and I did it every week, no matter what was going on. And I just experienced every part of the city in that sense, like the open mics, the rapping at the bus stops, the shows, you know, getting booed at talent shows and all of that, right? So I used to get in trouble for selling like CDs around my high school. They used to get confiscated, and now we have like a Big Sean studio in the high school where like kids are,
dope.
You know, making music and learning the ins and outs of the industry, learning how to, it's not just about, because there's so many jobs that go into the music industry, and then even into like, there are 20 people that get the artist to the stage and on the stage. And some of these careers last longer than an artist's career, you know what I'm saying? So it's important to teach them that and the different elements of the studio, not just engineering, producing, writing, you know, all of these things. So it's a real important thing. That's one of the things we do. And as far as my foundation goes, my mom is really the one who runs it the most. She's right there. And, you know, I definitely got lucky to have, like, a family that was, like, a lot of guardian angels in disguise. You know what I'm saying? So from my brother, my mom, to my grandma, and she's from West Virginia, but she's a product of Detroit because, you know, she's like everything a strong black woman should be, as well as my mom. You know, they're like scholars, and she was one of the first female black captains in World War II, my grandma was, and she was like a great woman, you know, and when we were growing up, everyone would always be like, oh, your grandma is amazing, and, you know, to me, she was the greatest grandma. She would cook food for us almost every day and do Sunday dinner and make sure we go to church, but she instilled a lot of morals in me. But my point is that she was always so charitable. So when it was time for us to have a foundation and we was in a position to give back to the city, you know, that's how serious we take it. It's like part of our real, life, you know what I mean? So we do a lot of things with after-school programs, high schoolers, younger people from Project Knapsack, where we connect kids to other kids in Soweto, Africa, and they, you know, pen pal each other.
Wow.
And we do like Don Weekend, where we give back, and, you know, we do all we can. Also with Ally Financial, we teach like financial literacy to people. So it's a lot of things, a lot of hands that we have in our foundation. So
that's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope. Man, it's good. I'm so happy to hear that, you know, there's an authenticity there where, you know, your mom, we get everything from my mom. I mean, dads, we cool too, but.
Shout out my dad too, though, because he drove me to school a lot.
Okay, yeah.
He did a lot more than that, but it was really cool. I feel like, you know, it's the importance of having both parents in your life.
Yeah.
You know, there were times where my mom had to be mom and dad. And, you know, I didn't live with my dad per se, but I would spend a lot of time with him. And he was a funny guy, man. He would, you know, he definitely gave me like the birds and the bees talk type early, you know what I mean? And he would do like a word of the day sometimes. You know, I remember vividly, like, yeah, well, let me teach you what ambiguous means. You know, just different words riding to school. So I appreciate him because there are a lot of dads. He's not from Detroit at all. He's from Monroe, Louisiana. And it does take a lot. And then by way of Atlanta, it takes a lot to stay in a city that you're not from to be a father to your, you know, I see a lot of situations where it's like, oh, my kid in Atlanta, or, you know, my son is in Texas, but I live here. So I do respect him for staying around and being in his son's lives, because it's important for little boys to have their dads, you know?
That's true.
So,
Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. So, I mean, you're bridging music and fashion. Design is a passion of yours.
Yeah.
And we have a lot of black designers in this city.
I see. Yeah, for sure.
You see this, right? You see this?
Yeah.
You don't even see the people that's in the backpack.
No, I see the people in the backpack. And, you know, the thing about it is Detroit, whether you from Detroit or whether you just getting a experience of going to school in Detroit, it's you know, when you think about Motown, right? And you think about the greatest musical genre that was ever created, it's Motown. You know, you talk about Stevie Wonder, Marvin Gaye, Diana Ross, Jackson 5. Aretha wasn't on Motown, but, you know, Aretha, you got to include all of that. And then you think about, like, techno music that was by way of house music, right? And then you think about, like, Jay Dilla. You think about all these historical things. And then you think about, like, Biggie being like, Stink Pink Gators, my Detroit players. Like, it's something that is really special in the arc, like I said, in the DNA of the city. Yeah. You know, so I think that everyone that's here is where you're supposed to be at in your life. I know it can get difficult at some times, but, you know, I already know that I'm, like, facing a lot of people that are, like, on the forefront of development when it comes to fashion and just the pushing everything forward. So like I said, I'm happy to be here. I can't wait to run into you and be like, man, I was there when you was talking
Right.
that, you know. And I'll be like, oh damn, let me get in. Let me get a ticket to your show, you
Right.
know, or whatever it is you're trying to do.
That's
but
dope.
I just want to encourage y'all and let y'all know that you where you supposed to be at. You know, nothing happens on accident, so just keep it up. Don't lose that faith. You know, if it's one advice that I could give to myself, it's like, don't worry so much either. Like, it's going to happen. It's going to work out. And it may not be the way you want it to, but it's definitely going to work out. And you're going to look back and be like, why was I even stressing about something working out? You know?
No, that's true.
Yeah, for real.
That's good. So you had a chance to meet Bayana backstage, and you saw
Yeah.
her product.
Yeah.
How important is it for you to continue to encourage black creatives, young black creatives like herself, and specifically through programs like what PepsiCo is doing with PLC?
Man, first of all, her design was fire. I see why she won, because it was like multi-layered. You know, it like had a 3D effect by some of the letters popping out, and you know, just a great clean design. And it was great meeting her. I just told her, like, look, I mean, ain't no difference between this and what people be, you know, hyping up. It's like I see the same DNA in there. So, you know, I think she has a bright future ahead of her, and I think she rightfully won this.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Let's bring her up. She's up there. Are you up here, B? Where you at?
Oh, there
You
she go
way
right
up there. You way up there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, she went crazy. And like, as far as design, like, I've worked with Adidas before and designed shoes and things, and we designed our recording studio at Cass, and I have done like a lot of designs with like clothing lines and collabs, and especially, you know, with the Detroit Pistons as well. So I'm really happy to be working with them. I think I remember when I was in 8th grade hooping, and I was a point guard. I was kind of sweet too, for real. Right. and we won a championship in our little division. You know what I mean? Like, I was balling. I was one of the like team captains, and I remember my coach was like, he either can play for the Detroit Pistons or he's either going to be a rapper. Either one. Yeah. He's really good at both. So this is kind of like getting my cake and eating it, having my cake and eating it too, being able to work with the Pistons and design jerseys for them, and just see the inner workings of like an NBA team. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's true. And a dynasty at that, a real classic team, for real, you know?
And that was a huge announcement yesterday with StockX and that merger. Oh, that was beautiful to see. Yeah. That was beautiful.
It was.
Come on up real quick, just so folks can see who you are. Amazing. Yeah, amazing.
We low-key matching, I told her, like, damn near.
So when you're looking at design, how does music, have you noticed like the bridge between the two, from the inspiration and the insights in the creative process? Do you bring any of that on the design side, into the design side, or vice versa?
Well, it's definitely different, but you can see the similarities, because anything creative is like, it's like you creating something out of nothing. So it's a piece of God in it to me. You know what I'm saying? It's a piece of something beyond our world. You know what I'm saying? Because to be able to have the ideas stream to you and you be the vessel and you come up with something is beautiful. You know what I mean? To me, the only thing more creative than that is creating a life. It's nothing more nothing more creative than creating a creation. You know what I mean? That's true. So, you know, she can speak on this too, but it's definitely deeper than just us. And, you know, we got to give credit to something greater going on. That's true. Yeah. That's true. Yeah, but it is a similarity, though, you know, in that sense of creating something out of nothing, but it's kind of uses a different part of the brain. That's dope. Yeah.
Thank you. So.
Do you want to say anything?
Yeah. Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Is this mic on? Oh, okay. Hey, everybody. My name is Bayina. I'm the designer of the inaugural PLC capsule collection that you see out there as you walked inside. And I know, Sean, you mentioned creating something out of nothing, and I feel like that's sort of been a testament to my journey as a designer. Before discovering Pencil, I went to Hampton University, and it's an HBCU that, yeah, clap. It's an HBCU that doesn't have a fashion program, and I've had a lot of internships, and a lot of ways I had to get there was like through the strength of my own self, because Hampton didn't have the resources for me. But after discovering Pencil and able to hone in on my talents, I feel like I'm turning my nothing into something. And as you can see out there, so.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Thank you.
That's beautiful. Yeah. So last question I want to leave with is, what legacy do you feel like you want to leave on the creative community, not just in the city of Detroit, but no, let's keep it here.
In the city of Detroit and beyond?
Yeah, and beyond.
Creative legacy? Well, I've been learning to live in the moment a little more. So I don't know what my legacy is going to be, you know. I know I'm just doing my best, and I kind of have to just live in that, you know. So if I had to say what my legacy would be, it would be like, you know, somebody that's, you know, really from the city. And I defy so many odds, just to keep it real with you. Like, there was no Detroit rap scene that was global, you know? I remember how crazy it was when I would, like, start doing shows in Japan and London. They rocking Red Wings hats, you know what I'm saying? Or, like, countries where they didn't speak English and they rapping it back word for word.
Wow.
And I just wanted to move my mom off of North Line, you know what I'm saying? And and move us out, because, you know, she would be calling me when I'm on the road, like, oh, they was shooting around here, we got on the floor, this and that, you know. So that's that, and like having a song on the radio, that's kind of all I ever really dreamed of, for real. So when you sit up and be like, you know, every artist I meet from Detroit, rap-wise, like every single one, they be like, bro, you really kicked in the door for us, you know what I'm saying? When it come to like T Grizzly, Sada Baby, Skilla, anybody, Face, V's, all these people, because it was no scene for black people, for real. You know, Eminem was the only one who cracked that real global thing. So I appreciate him embracing me too. That really helped out a lot. And you know, when you think about like 185 million records or whatever it is I sold, it's like, it don't even seem like real, for real. Right. You know what I mean? Like, I had to check, like I had to hit my label and be like, wait, that's for real? Like, right. They like, no, for real. And they sent me like this big ass plaque. But anyway, my point being is that there was no scene. So I'm just happy to like be a part of that. And I feel like that's part of my legacy, because I did it differently. You know what I'm saying? I don't rap like the regular, I mean, not regular, everyone got their own style, but I don't rap like a traditional Detroit person, and that caused for me to have to fight through a lot of just like backlash and just like keep going. But every song I got on, and a lot of these songs is like 7 times platinum, 8 times, almost diamond, where I'm repping, I'm saying, give her that D. That's what I was, you know, I'm that Detroit, like I'm repping, I say it on so many things. So, you know, there's no question that, you know, I love where I'm from. And nobody repped the city harder than me. I'm going to just keep it 1,000 with you. Yeah. So, you know, I don't ever want to hear nothing about that. And and that it's authentic. It ain't no, it's, you know, I think that that's part of my legacy. But just to do you, that's you know, true. Be you and do you. And when I think about my son, that is my legacy. You know what I'm saying? That is, my family really is my legacy. So there you go. I really feel like that's the true way to time travel, is by like having kids, because you see your DNA is like information. It's like a computer, and you pass it on to your kids and your family and the rest of your family members. Because my son looked like my mom, and then he kind of looked like Janae's granddad some days, and then like all these different things, right? And I know I'm rambling on, but let me wrap this up. One of the things I said, I was just speaking at this other event, and what I said was that, you know, there are times where I wanted to talk to my grandma, who was such a phenomenal woman, like as me now, not when I was a little kid, but as a grown man that has his own kids, or like my granddad, or people who were like fire, and I know they got great advice, but they're not here no more. Right. But what I realized is that, you know, if I got the same blood as them, the same information as them, then I already got the answers that I'm asking in my DNA, you know what I'm saying? So that's something I want to make sure y'all realize, is that y'all really probably got the answers to everything you want to know when it comes to how to maneuver through life. You just got to really tune into yourself, you know?
That's dope, man.
Yeah.
Give it up to Sean, man. Appreciate you. Thank you.
Yeah.